if something happens, very rarely, like if it is typhoid or jaundice, we go to our Ayurvedic doctor. Otherwise, we are doing our home healing or some home remedies. Then other things is like after Shikshantar, when I came back home after 5 years, I went to different organic farms with children. So I like to be with nature. So I thought the children also should learn to be with nature. So I took them. Chandresh never came with us because he had to make money. Means finance was also necessary. Resources were necessary. So he was earning. So I used to go to different organic farms, different gatherings, LSUCs to meet different people. And I have met lots of people and they were so encouraging and they were so helping, they were so respectful. So that was, I have seen my extended family who are helping out and encouraging me and giving lots of resources and everything. So then while visiting the organic farms, I had seen children uh, playing with the mud, even growing vegetables, doing the farming, taking gobar from the goshala from to biogas plant, everything they have done. So then at that time I had thought every year, 3 months or 4 months, I should go to different organic farms and be there with them. So I used to go to different organic farms and stay there with them for 3 months and do farming, total organic farming, and learn from them. So, and other beautiful thing which came into my life is when I was just traveling, I used to go to different places and stay there. So, one thing, I like cooking a lot and different things. So I used to tell them I'll cook breakfast for you all. My favorite thing is to cook breakfast. Breakfast is my passion to cook breakfast. So and they were very happy, and the whole day I was welcomed and given lots of things because breakfast is the first thing what we eat in the morning, and it should be very healthy and nice. So then I used to get stay everywhere free and do their work what they were doing, and that that process was also beautiful for me. So in 20 years, till the age of 12, I used to take children everywhere, explore different places, and travel a lot. And then when I came back home, I did my work with Swaraj University. This is a sister concern of Shikshantar for 4 years. There I was doing healthy cooking plus facilitating both. So I was there with coaches. My children were also there with me. So both were enjoying that. The whole day they I never knew what they were doing there, but they were exploring the nature there. They were talking with coaches. They were sitting in the meetings. They were sitting in the workshops. They were playing with coaches. They were talking with Reva, Manish, everyone. So and um, everybody were so happy for them also because they were also asking questions, and so many questions also were asked by coaches to them. So there was exchange of lots of things, and both were learning together. And I got to learn from these two boys a lot is patience, because for unschooling is also not so easy, but there were lots of questions that come from Kudrat and Ajanya both. So I had to be very patiently answering them. And when in, at the age of 10, Kudrat started reading. Before that, he did not like reading, writing, nothing. He used to see storybooks. He used to just go through storybooks, but he never used to read. From age 10, he started reading because he wanted to do some photography and all. So he wanted to uh, read some books. And so for stories, then he started reading by himself. He never asked my help or something. He read from somewhere. Exactly, I'll say that I don't know how did he learn to read. Once he just started reading, then I got to know that he has started to read. So that's what has happened.
So till
And
then, Sumi, you had no concern that till the age of 10 he was not reading?
no, I did not have any concern because he was doing other things. He was doing very, means with art, he was very, uh, what we say, the whole day he was with his artwork and meeting people, because our home was such that there were lots of people coming and going. So people used to come and stay here. So he was learning from them. Uh, so I did not have the concern that he's not reading or writing, nothing like that.
Yeah, it's so comforting to hear that 10 years back you were not concerned
Yeah, I was never
that
concerned
your
about
10-year-old
reading.
son was not reading. Yeah, because this is somehow, this is something which, it comes up very, very, very occasionally that,
Yeah.
children are, this is something.
Aditi, I don't know what happened, but it came into my mind that I should not question for what they are doing. And I should have trust in the universe, and I should have trust and faith in my children. That's all I just thought of when I started this. The main thing was trust, because my house is such that I am mostly in the, I'll be fine in the kitchen, they are upstairs. Both room are upstairs. So I never know what they are doing upstairs. So they, what happened is, when they are doing something, they call me, Mama, see what we have done. So because of the trust and faith, because of my not questioning so much, I felt that. So they are coming to me and showing their work, and they're calling me and talking to me, discussing lots of things, whatever they have got in their mind. For me, that was a positive point.
So heartening to hear that. You also want to talk about their photography, right? How.
Yeah, photography. See, when Kudrat started his photography, uh, he started with. Uh, so he never had a camera. We never had a camera. So we have got lots of friends here in Ahmedabad. So what happened is, we were just our friends had come to our place, and Kudrat, and at that time that was a Nokia phone with us. There was no camera phone also. So one of our friends said, I have, we were just talking, now they were all talking and they were asking me a few questions, and I just, it just came out of my, when Kudrat is now going to start his photography, we are trying to search a camera if we get. So one of our friends said, I have got a camera extra. So he just gave the camera. Next day there was a camera with him, and he started doing his photography. So with that camera, he had done lots of this, what we say, that films which are moving.
Stop motion.
Yeah,
Stop.
stop motion. Stop motion movies,
It's
yes.
okay, Sumi. We both are in the same place.
Yeah, stop
I like
motion
I
movies.
like this definition. Something which moves.
Yeah, because first time I saw his movie, Mommy, you want to see this? I was like, okay. So he was like, see, I was like, how did this happen? Then he showed me how many photos you have to click for making a movie.
Yeah.
Then, so after 1 or 2 years, then he said, I want to make a film. So, and with that, Ajanmya was also there, but Ajanmya was not so much interested in photography and this. He was interested in moving outside, tracking, playing, and these all things. So I was finding out for him sports clubs and some sports activities and all. But then there is a, he went to swimming. Then when I was cooking, he used to come and help for me, help in the kitchen to me. Ajanmya is a totally different boy, and Kudrat is a totally different person.
Also, both are boys, but they are different. Yeah, this is something.
Totally different, very
Some,
different. But
normally,
they,
people say a girl and a boy are different. Here we have both the boys, and both are different. Quite
both are different. Both are different. Both's nature are also different. Ajanmya is quiet, and he doesn't share so much. He is a very introvert, and Kudrat is like, he wants lots of friends. He wants people besides him. So just now also, if they both are together. But when I call Ajanmya and ask where is Kudrat, you can call him in his phone. I said, what? It's like Ajanmya wants is like alone space, and Kudrat wants so many people and so many public and so many things around him. So And
So you want to
after
share after 10 years, how did they were 10 when Kudrat was 10, then how did the journey moved ahead for you?
yeah, for me, uh, then like what happened is Kudrat's father went for meditation. We had a discussion before, but then I had said to him that after children become 18, you can go for meditation. But he was in his own inside. He was in his own past. He was saying that from inside, I'm not uh, feeling that I should now take stress and work financially, work for finances, and I don't want to stay in this stressful life. So I said, okay, fine. But then for 6 months, I was totally disturbed, very disturbed. Though he helped financially, but then also I was like, what will I do? They are unschooling. Where will I go? What things I can do with them? And basically, I'm not doing with them anything. I'm being there with them. That is the major part. I'm being there with them for them. So then after 6 months, I was like, okay, I have to stand up. I have to do something. I have to bring out my passions outside. Then I started working with my passions. Then I started, my first passion is cooking. So I started working with millets. So what are the things which we can do with millets? I started taking workshops here, creativity workshops for children, then millet workshops, teacher training in the school. So many things I did together, all, and started earning. But for me, like no, if I go in the morning 9 o'clock, I used to come back in the evening 6 o'clock. So both children were alone at home with a grandmother, of course, here. Uh, but I was like, is it okay? From inside, I was questioning myself. Is it okay if I leave them alone? What they are doing? Uh, Basically, I was totally disturbed with these things. But then Vidhi and Minish were always there for me. Then I used to ask them lots of things, and just to say, if you're unschooling, then you have to keep your mind open, mind, trust, faith, everything should be there. So, and Manish had lots of things to say. So we had a talk, we had a discussion, and but exactly what happened is by the age of 10, Kudrat started moving himself, traveling himself everywhere. So he went to Nasik to learn something. Then afterwards he went to Udaipur, and he used to go to Hyderabad. So he started traveling by that age. So um, that was also very I was very happy with that. Also, he is traveling alone without a mobile. But it was a little bit difficult for me unschooling kids and then leaving them alone at home. But then it came out very in a very positive way. It was because I saw them, they were learning so many skills uh, with that. When I was out, they used to wake up early. Then they used to keep the room clean. They used to make their own breakfast. So these all skills came out by itself, and I was very happy with that. Okay, fine. So they are also learning from this, and and when I come back, also I never used to ask them questions. So after three in a week, thrice we used to sit together. They used to say to me, "Mummy, we did this, we did that," but don't be like normal mothers. Don't ask these questions. Okay, what did you do in the morning? What is your timetable? Don't ask these questions. I said, okay, fine. And you are not a normal mother. Okay, you are our friend, and we want you be like that only. When you're going out and doing something, and don't come home and just be like a normal mother. I said, okay, fine. So then um there were a few times I used to feel that they are missing their father. Then I used to take them to some places where there were male who were there in the family, like Chhatarpur, Sanjay, Damayanti, they are our best friends. Then Manish and Vidhi, they are our best friends. So I used to take them there. So they used to be with Manish. Here they used to be with Sanjay. They used to talk. enjoy. But I saw Ajanmya was never happy with these things. He want his own, like that father, no. So that I could not help out. That was the life. They have to learn these things also, I thought. So it was I felt this is also a learning for me and for them both. So because if we are giving freedom to children, I thought we have to give freedom to our own family also. So uh, I just left with that sentence: "If freedom is there for everyone, so that freedom should be there." So the freedom came with responsibility for me, but that responsibility was very positive for me because I met so many people, so many people that I could have never met before. I could have been here in Ahmedabad itself staying with children, but because of this freedom, I have met so many people. I have traveled everywhere in India. Northeast, I have not traveled, but everywhere I have traveled, and I have got friends and places everywhere where I can go and stay there just now, and it's a beautiful process. Now, what else? Anything? Because you just told me to just say. So I just
Yeah,
Right.
so
Can I
yeah,
ask you a question? Yeah.
yeah. Just I'll take two more questions in the chat window. Then I'll take. Is it Amrit?
That's right. So I'm
Yeah.
just curious to know
Amrit, I'll take
how
his
did you?
question. Yeah. Can I take first Jinal and Anupama's
Sure,
question?
please go ahead. Please go ahead.
So Jinal is asking Sumi, where all did you travel? Sorry, how did you travel when they were young? So there are two questions. First question I'll ask: how did you travel when they were young?
Yeah, I used to travel by train, and this I used to take them. Like Ajanya was 2.5, and Kudrat was 2.5, means 3 years, 5.5. So Kudrat, I was holding. I used to travel. It was not a big deal for me. I used to travel with them everywhere. I went to Vanwadi, and people in the train were looking at me. So much luggage, 2 children. How are you traveling? This- I just
Yeah,
started.
Vanwadi is the forest near Mumbai, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Mona
So
is there, who is part of.
I had a thought I have to do this because basically traveling is my passion also, and sitting at home is not the answer of unschooling. Means I thought that exploring should be there so that child should understand what is life and what is. There are two things in the system itself, what is happening outside just now, and the other, there are few communities like us who are living their life meaningfully, purposefully, and with the mother, attached to Mother Earth. So for taking them there was very much necessary to show the other side of the universe.
Yeah.
So for that, I had to travel.
Okay, so second question, Jinal is asking which all places, if you could share.
Yeah. First organic farm I had traveled in Rajpipla, where they are also home. They also homeschooled their children. Uh, Dhirendra Bhai Soneji and his wife, they both are homeschooled their children. Uh,
Their
so
son is now
yeah,
married, and
Bhargav and Vishwin, both are their sons. They are both are married just now. They're staying there. Uh, so they had 5-acre farm, and we stayed there for 4 months. There we learned first organic farming from there only, biogas plant and biodiversity. Everything we learned from there. And I went to Chhatarpur, to Sanjay Damayanti's place. They have got 23-acre land. So, and Vanwadi, of course. Then we went to Himalayas. So then we went to Chennai. So lots of places we had gone with children.
yeah. So Jinal, there are groups. There are also Facebook pages like Learning Society Unconference. There are a lot of these people whom you, when you put your queries, people respond to you.
Yeah,
How you can come to their places. How different people are
you
creating.
can mail them and they will answer you.
They will connect back with you if
Uh,
that helps you, Jinal.
Can I further ask something more?
Yes, go ahead, Jinal. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, Sumi, that when you went to these organic farms with the 3-year-old or whatever age you said,
Five, yeah.
what did these these young kids do. I know they can observe and learn so much and be in the mud and play, but if I have to, like, I have a 4-year-old and I have to go to the farm and work in the farm. I can do it for an hour or something, but then he will. I don't know. I mean, I just feel
No,
this.
when you take children there, so I'll talk about Chhatarpur farm, huh? So when there is a big banyan tree there in between, so they used to go and sit on the tree whole day, and even take the food there and sit on the tree and eat. So and when he was 2, but afterwards, when he was 4 and Kudrat was 6, 7, so they were doing this gaushala ki safai karte the. Then they used to give food to the cows, they used to work in the farms, they used to go and water these farms. So they take the cow dung and put in the biogas plant. So when we do, children also do with us. So they were working for 4 hours. It was not 1 hour or 2 hours. They were continuously working in the morning for 4 hours. After that, they used to take breakfast and bath and everything. Then it is their day. Yeah.
Okay, so if that helps you, Jinal. Next question is Anupama. She's glad, nice to listen to you, Sumi. She's sharing, and
Yeah.
she's also sharing the super unconditional love you have for the children. And she's also asking, have you written any info on how you had done parenting?
No, I have not written, but I don't know. But people, when they come to stay at my place, they say, "Okay, you have done wonderful parenting. There is no need to do any." Means when they go to anybody's places, they adjust very nicely and stay however uh, how our home is. They feel like home only. So I I was saying, I don't know, they observe and learn these things, because one thing is that when we take children to different places and we see the family the way they are staying, I used to discuss with them, see, this family is staying this way, so we have to adjust with this family in this way. So we have to, if we want to, if we have to wake up early, so we have to wake up early, or you can sleep in the afternoon. So there was Kudrat had these questions. Ajanmya was doing, because he is a body boy, he can work a lot. But
Yeah.
Kudrat was like, is a mind boy. He wants to sit and do something. But
Yes.
at the age of 7, he was asking me, is it necessary wherever we go, we have to do this work? So I said, what do you feel? How do you feel? When you come here in a farm, stay here, if you eat the food of the farm, what do you learn from here? How do you get the food? These all things, it's necessary to learn or not? Then he said, okay, but I like to, I'll basically do the work, but don't force me. There should be no time commitment. I'll do in my own way. Then I said, okay, fine, but you ask Damayanti whatever uh, she feels like. Then he used to very nicely, no, ऐसे मस्का मारते ना, he used to. I said to her, and I'll work in my time. Okay, fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, I remember, Sumi, I don't know whether you remember or not. I was there with you in one of the learning conference and we were
Yeah.
working together,
Yeah.
and these two boys would come and ask you some question and you would say the same thing. You know that I
Yeah.
don't have anything, but you need to ask the organizer what is their need, and they would go back
Yeah.
to them. And I mean, I my children were not there with me, so I was the only one, so I had no problem in cooking. We used to cook for 600 people
Yeah. Yeah.
in that conference. But you would continue. So what you're saying is that bringing that memories back. I guess Kudrat was 12 at that time when I met
Yeah.
him. That's one of the unschooler children I met first time in my journey. Amrit, you want to come on mic? Thanks for waiting so patiently and listening to this conversation. Yeah, Amrit, you want to come on mic or type on the
Yeah,
video?
sure. Yeah, thanks for sharing the journey that you had. I just had a very basic question. I think this question comes up a lot. In all the sessions that you've participated in. So you said both your kids are unschooled, right? So I just want to understand how do they learn just some of the basic concepts of maths? Because that's something that comes up. I'm sure many people must have asked you. So I just was it some books or was it nats? Did they learn it naturally?
Okay, so for my children and for me and for Chandresh, subjects were not so important. So basic concepts, what are the basic, we had a question for that also. Okay, what are these basic concepts? Is it necessary or not? But maths, basically it's necessary for our daily life that we know. But when I thought I'll make them understand what is maths, but they both were like, no, we will learn whenever we need it. But see, my elder son, just now also he doesn't like maths, but my younger son likes maths a lot. So he started maths at the age of 6. Ajanmya, when he went to Mumbai with his father, he had gone to a institution in some meditation place. So there was one lady, she started teaching him, but he never sat. But while teaching, he just observed that lady, how, what is that numbers and all. When he came back home and asked me, can you tell me what are these numbers for, what is this and all. Then I started telling him, this is plus, this is minus, multiplication, division. But when I started with the numbers, the placed values, these things, it took only 10 minutes for me to make him understand. So it was so easy because he was very much interested in learning. It just took 10 minutes. Nobody will believe, but it just took 10 minutes. And it was very easy for making him understand that maths. And then he started doing, every day he used to come to me and give me some math sums, so I'll do it. So from there, his journey of math started. Science experiments they were doing because here in Ahmedabad there is CSC, Community Science Center. I used to take them when they were small, weekly once. So there they used to see lots of things by observation. They used to come home and do their experiments. I am not so much interested in maths, but I used to be there with them when they were doing these experiments. And social studies they never liked, but what they used to do is, like, whenever they were going out, they used to see the map. See, nowadays Google Maps are there, so from that they are learning geography and all. History, Kudrat has started reading history. Basically there is no subjects. Maths, yes, my younger son likes a lot, so he has done that.
Yeah, so Amrit, yeah, also that's something to be questioned, that when we talk about maths, what are we talking about?
Yes.
Same is the literacy, what we are talking
Yeah.
about. And from what perspective are we talking about these things?
Exactly.
Because they're all available around us, and we need
basically when I asked Kudrat and Ajanmya both, when they were 14, do you want to pass out 10th standard, they said what are the subjects. They saw all the books, they said we don't want to read so many things, we are okay with what we are, because they say ki, Mommy, we are unschoolers, we want to be unschoolers, we don't want to take any certificate, we want to be as we are, we can do lots of things. So I said, okay, fine.
So, Sumi, you want to also quickly share what is Kudrat doing now? Only I know that he's in Auroville with.
Yeah. So what happened is, uh, I don't know if everybody is knowing about the. Everybody knows about subconscious mind and unconscious mind and all these things. Conscious mind. So in my subconscious mind, it was always there when children will be in their teens. So I want them to be with their father. It was always there in my mind, because till the age of 14, 15, 16, they were with me. They were observing me. I was taking them to places and they were with me always. So I wanted that they should be with their father. But I have never asked Chandresh, that can they be with you or not? Uh, it was fine with me, but I don't know what happened. One day, Chandresh just called Kudrat and said, there is a project here in Chennai. If you feel like doing filmmaking, then he said, okay. Then he asked me, Papa is calling me, can I go? I was very happy from inside. Okay, wow, go. I never said no, just go. Then he went there, he did this project, he came back. Then he said, I want to be with my father for some time. So he went with Chandresh, he was staying there with him. And he was doing with one company. Chandresh was training one company. So he was there with him making filmmaking, videography, editing, and some script writing, all the things he was doing there for this company. But now he has taken up one project with Gratitude Farms on organic farming. So he's basically doing a project with them. And Ajanmya is in Auroville because of this corona. He went for homeschooling meeting, and from there he just went to meet Kudrat, and he was there. Since then, the train was cancelled, so he's learning baking and architecture, this eco-friendly architecture in Auroville.
How old is Ajinmay now? 17. 6.
Yeah, he's 17.
Okay.
He's baking also there.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm, Jeanil is asking, did the kids miss their dad? I think, Sumi, you covered that part, but if there's
yeah.
anything else you want to share, or I can move to the next question.
No, they missed. Yes, they missed their dad because once there was a very hot discussion. Okay, everybody is suggesting us lots of things. Both said to me, when we ring to someone, you stay like this, you have to be like this. But nobody is knowing that we are staying without father. They both said very strongly. Then I thought that really they missed. But I know this is just a period of time. The time will come when they will when there is a need, it arises. So it came and they are there with their father. I'm happy. So that missing is also necessary. That things is necessary in life. That part is very much necessary. That bore when child becomes boring. Boring is necessary for a child to understand himself. Why he's becoming bored. That happens. Struggle is necessary. Everything is means whatever comes in life is necessary.
Yeah, so beautifully, Sumi, you have presented this thing. Gives a lot of strength to all of us who are listening that it's just part of life. Let's move ahead. Let's not stay with those conditioning that
Yeah, yeah.
family means the whole force set, or relationship with this, or schooling means this, or learning
Yeah,
means a lot of things which we can see through your eyes and your
yeah.
journey. Thanks a lot, Sumi. You know, it means a lot to listen to you. Deepak is asking, it looks like a dream journey, Sumi. He's saying, some of us
Yeah,
can only dream about it, but you have experienced it
yeah.
and created that.
But just now, after Corona, I'm alone here just now, but I never feel alone. I'm just feeling that it's so beautiful. Everything, the universe is set so nicely that there is no stress around.
Mm,
Otherwise, it would be so much stressful. Like, I do this, do that, nothing. It's so, I feel very happy. Means everything is complete. I feel that it's complete. Something is being complete. Yeah.
Kriti is asking, I have two daughters. One is in grade 9 and other is in grade 8. Is it okay to start homeschooling at
Homeschooling,
this age, or unschooling?
unschooling, I don't know, but homeschooling, yes, we can. Aditi, you can also say, we can.
Yeah,
Homeschooling, yes.
Diti. Yeah, Diti, it's like a change. They take their time to come to a different, say, style, or
Yeah.
what matters is that exposure to the children. Um, like us, our children are also exposed to these conventional options. so they're not aware of what's the world around. So it's always good to have that conversation with them. It's always good to expose them to different
Yeah, take one gap year.
yes, last whole week we were talking about the gap year, and
Yeah,
and we were
take
also
one gap.
talking about that uh, it's not going to make a huge difference, this one gap year. In fact,
No,
this
no, nothing.
these spaces, the space, when the child get the space as well as you get as a parent the space, it gives a lot of time for you to rethink. You can always go
Exactly.
back to where you have come from, or you can move somewhere else.
Exactly. And when you give freedom to children, you will also get your own freedom. You'll see how children are happily taking their freedom. You will be like, oh, wow, I can also do the same thing with my life.
Yeah, so Dhriti, not sure is it okay or not okay, but I think the invitation is that you can try, that you can
Just
uh,
take a gap year. Should do.
take a gap
Then,
year. Yeah, and COVID has brought an opportunity for many of us to take the gap year, uh, you know, flow
yeah.
flow with the flow kind of a thing.
Yeah, I
And you
think
have
COVID. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, please.
Please go ahead.
trust. Trust is very much necessary. Only trust. Basically, the most important thing on in life is trust.
See,
Very
the
important.
girls are so much into social media and everything. So I really doubt if they would be able to adjust into such an, environment.
Okay. You
So
can just take them, see how they feel like.
okay,
Yes.
just travel with them. You mean like
Yeah.
travel, take them to different places?
Yeah. After this COVID is over, maybe after 2 months.
Uh-huh.
Huh.
Okay. Yeah.
There are
Thank you.
places. If where are you staying? If you're staying in
In
Bangalore,
Bangalore. Yeah, in Bangalore.
there is Aditi's place. No, you can go there.
Yeah.
Arohi's there.
Yeah.
Okay, I should tell this. I had been to Arohi 2 years back.
Yeah.
Like I had just moved on from the US and I just thought of taking them to Arohi. So I took them. But the moment they went in, they saw they're like, no, this is not where we want to be. And I had to get
Okay.
them out.
Then you have to think differently.
So yeah, I think what Sumi was talking about, I think if you are comfortable, it's not that you just leave the children in one place and you say you take care, you get adjusted, and I'm not here. Maybe you just come, you just go to different places and then come
Yeah.
back and share your journey. And
Yeah.
maybe the girls will not come back to, maybe would not like, because their world is different at
Yeah.
the moment, which
Mhm.
is absolutely fine. But what matters is that how now you are looking at it.
Exactly.
It's not about always out of schools or inside the schools. We are not talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are people who want to go to school. It's fine if they go to
Yeah.
school. It's not that they should not. See, there are children who doesn't want to go to school. So there is a life for them also. So
Yeah.
it should be like that. We should be open for everything.
Yeah.
Homeschooling, unschooling.
Schooling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Schooling.
so the whole idea is that many of us are stuck in the schooling system, thinking that there is no other option.
No, no,
So
no.
is our
There are
children
many
also.
options.
So we are just creating that awareness that there are many other options available,
Yes.
and you can go how your children are moving ahead with you, or you want to move in which direction. All the options are available. Last whole week with Vidhi, Shikshantar, Indian Multiversity, we were all talking about the
Yeah. Talking about gap year. Yes.
gap year, and we were saying that what is this gap year does to you. First, let's experience
Exactly.
that
Exactly.
thing.
I have taken 4 months gap from un- unschooling. Thoughts of rest.
Yeah, so yeah, it's more for us. Yeah, so we are reaching near 6. If Mona is there, Mona, we would quickly like to listen to you also. Or if somebody else has any other question, please either come on mic. I saw one raised hand, but yeah, please come on the mic, and if you have to ask anything from Sumi, or if Mona is there, Mona, it would be wonderful to listen to your story too.
Yeah,
Mona's
I'm
story is
but
also one.
Sumi's sharing is very interesting. So, if there are any questions for Sumi, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
And if there
Hi.
after that, hi,
Definitely.
hi, Sumi.
Hi.
Nice to see you.
Yeah, you also.
Do you have any
After
questions?
so long.
Yeah, after so long.
Yeah.
Type
So,
in the chat window or come on mic, or Mona can start.
yes.
Yeah.
If there's some questions, specific questions for anybody or anything, then Aditi, please read them out. I don't
Yeah.
mind interruption. If there's anything you can interrupt, I'll just share a few ideas.
Sure. Yeah. As if now there is no other question.
Okay.
I'll
So
take
here I am on my farm where we started with, it was in, we started this farm in 1972. It's 48 years.
I was 1
I
year
was
old.
18. You were 1 year, okay. Yeah. Same age as my daughter who lives in Oroville, Natasha. She stewards the evergreen forest there. When my younger daughter needed to sort of go to school, we kind of decided she went to Center for Learning in Bangalore, by the way, for 1 year. And then because we had no alternative schools in this side. And one day when we were at home on our farm, I'd actually left my farm and gone and stayed in Bangalore, because in Maharashtra in those times there were no alternative schools also.
You're talking
And then
about how many years back, Mona?
this was over 30, about 30 or 28 years ago. Yeah.
That was the
We
time
started
nobody knew, no groups, no home Facebook groups.
No, there was no groups, there was no support, and everybody right from the farm, when we bought our farm in 72, that's 48 years ago, my husband used to like to sing that Beatles song, I'm the fool on the hill with the foolish grin. Yeah, because everyone thought we were crazy that we were buying land and all. But let me tell you, since this is a Vidhi session, supposed to be, Vidhi has taken a Dadi Nani ki kahani with me, uh, just about a week or 10 days ago. So anybody interested, please, I can send you that. The story, quite a lot is there. But as far as the homeschool is concerned, we just started offhand. Daughter was going to Center for Learning. It was difficult to go and stay there in Bangalore because we had a beautiful farm here, animals and everything. And I was staying only for the sake of schooling. So when we came for a holiday back here, my daughter said, why don't this only be school? So I said, chalo. And we got into it without much planning and homeschooled her. But it so happened that many friends got to know that we were going to do this, and they said, take our children. So then it became like a little bit of a homeschool and only an unschooling situation, And what I would like to share here is that the thoughts of, it was an eclectic approach that we had. So the Carl Rogers' thinking on child-centered learning
100
was a
years
big
back.
influence.
100 years back, he talked about that.
Yes, amazing, wasn't it? Yeah. He was a psychologist who actually talked about client-centered learning, but even with, so what we would do is when we had the children, just a few handful of children whose parents sort of said, chalo, you take, then we said, no certification, nothing is there. We're going to do this with our daughter. So if you want, and they sent them. So we would sit in the mornings and we would plan for the day. What do you want to do? And it was every day planning. And at nights we would have what we call a sharing, where we sat around and we shared and we reflected on the day, and a lot of conflicts that children had and even with us came out. Today we call these circles, we call it listening circles. Today we have things like sociocracy, which we are learning and practicing, where every
Mona,
voice
we are losing your voice.
is heard, where you talk in rounds. And then we were doing all spontaneously, try and change my position.
Yeah.
Can you hear me better now or
Yes,
no?
I think sounds better. Yeah.
Okay, if it's cutting, then just let it be. If anybody has any questions, fine.
No,
Otherwise,
let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Yeah.
yeah. So, you know, yeah, like I've come to my little, we have a farm, but I've come to the little patch where maybe some people would like to see. Here are some of our chilies. So, yeah, we're growing. And so children, in those years, we did what we called, computers had just started. So children went into the cowshed, and from the cowshed, we also did computers. So we like covered the whole thing from cow dung to computers is what we kind of did. Yeah. So, I mean, there's a lot to it, a lot of spontaneous sort of planning, but eco-centered. I would say ecology was a hub for us for learning. Are you hearing me?
Yes, Mona, we can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I've changed my position. So ecology became the main hub, and a lot of what would be in the sciences, like let's say the nitrogen cycle or the carbon cycle, maths and all, we covered through the interdisciplinary approach that nature and farm life gave us. So my husband was a science person, and a lot of what is in the curriculum actually came out and was contextualized through nature and the land. So that when we we did this for 3 years, and for some reason my husband couldn't continue. And when children went to other schools or got into colleges, they all said that actually what we did here at Redstone, and it all was done informally and incidentally in a project-based learning approach, they said we'd already covered it. What they were being taught in their schools or even in colleges, later on, they said we've already covered all this.
And what age children did go back to the school, Mona?
So we started we didn't have a choice. We just, anybody who wanted to send. So we started with right from 8 to 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
We we had 15 children at a time.
Yeah.
And so when we did sort of close up, there were children who were 11, 12, 15, 7, 16, like that.
No, I'm asking, your children went back to school after certain age?
No. My younger daughter, that's what it is. When we decided to kind of wind up, I think to have residential children in the home, 15 of them, though ours was a farm, in our own home, I think became a bit of a strain for my husband. He was a lovely teacher and he loved children, but somehow he couldn't take this 15 children night and day. There was residential, live with us, you know. So we decided to close up. So my daughter didn't go back to school. We finished with her. She did a NOS. She wanted to go to college. She went for a year to college. She tried FLAME, which is a liberal arts college in Pune, a very fancy one. There also she found that, and then she went and did contemporary dance in Attakalari in Bangalore.
Okay, so she pursued her interest, what she wanted to.
Oh yes, today she's into dance therapy. She pursued it, and today she's finding that people are, dance even in all these international schools is such a demand. In the baccalaureate, dance has become today a subject in the international baccalaureate, and all her friends who are telling her, try for schools in these, try for jobs in these fancy schools. But the point is not that, that's not the bottom line. I'm trying to say what we all are trying, and we tried one time when it was not the thing. Today, it is what everybody's searching for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so if there are any questions for Mona, we can ask. You can come on mic or you can type into the chat window.
Yeah, come on, Mike. It would be nice to hear people. It would be so nice to see everybody.
Yeah, I can put if there are some more videos on. Yeah, I can see Vinita's video is on. Yeah, hi, Maitri's video is on. Yeah, if anybody has any question to Mona, we can ask.
Actually, it's 6:15. If people must be having a time limit in their minds.
Yeah, so if there are not questions at this moment, we can always ask later also. And
Yes.
We should have one more session with you, Mona, with your stories.
Oh, most welcome anytime. Have you seen the Dadi Nani Ki Kahani one?
I have seen, but can you just quickly share more about it? I have seen I've been following that, but not sure what the listeners are following or not.
Well, it's a series of actually stories. Here's my little cat. If anyone wants to see her, this is Tinkerbell. Her name is Tinkerbell. She comes and sits on my lap. Yeah. So, what to tell you about it? It was Dadi Nani Ki Kahani, and Vidhi was the one who organizes this, and she requested me to do that whole Zoom call. And she requested that somehow I speak about the stories of my childhood.
Yeah, I think that's what one of the Vidhis or Shikshantar and they are bringing out, that there's so much resource in each one of us, and there's so much wisdom which we might be missing out by not listening to Mona's childhood stories, which are like, so yeah, whenever Vidhi is able to come, we'll have one more webinar with her and listen all those things. If you can, Mona, share if there's any link or anything for that Dadi Nani Ki Kahani, you can share here, or I can share with the group in the WhatsApp group.
Okay, so I'll do that. I will share that. I don't know if I can if I can share it because it's a Facebook thing.
Okay.
Let me go back there and see if I can share it.
Sure.
But thank you, everybody. Even I came to this to listen to Vidhi.
Yeah.
I'm also so sad she's not there.
Yeah.
Everyone must be disappointed. She's an amazing person.
Yeah.
You see, I was even reluctant. I want to say this about her. I was reluctant because there's heavy rain here. This is Mahabaleshwar Panchkani. It's a very heavy rainfall area. Lights go off. And, I was a bit shy also to do this. And she, so lovingly nurtured me and kept on and loving me, drew me into this. Because I'm really out of all these networks. I have a farm and I do an organic farm and I have cows and I graze my cows and I have to bring them back because I don't have anyone else who the cows listen to. They but my women.
Yeah.
They choose them.
Is here and listening. There's another place.
So Mona, I'm just curious to know, you mentioned organic farms. So are people allowed to come and stay in these farms?
Oh, yes. I mean, I run a homestay also.
A homestay, okay.
Yeah, I run homestays and I use my homestays actually because when people come for a homestay, they come just for a holiday. But I make it clear that mine is a rustic place, that we don't give soap, we only have shikakai. Even in COVID now, I'm using no sanitizers and all. I wash my hands with shikakai and Rita and even hair and body and everything. And I have my own ideas also on COVID, by the way. I feel that there's so many natural cures, and there is Dr. Roy Chowdhury, by the way, if anybody wants to know, who is curing COVID like by the thousands without any medicines and absolutely curing. So,
what's the name of your homestay, Mano, please?
It's called Redstone Farm.
Redstone Farm. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, it's on Airbnb also. But yes, if you are wanting to come and volunteer or come and stay, yes, it's possible. And I have a very extensive library. This is my library. And we ran a homeschool here. So we'd be very happy if you would like to come.
Kanika is saying, yeah, I'll share, Kanika, this recording. Yes, definitely. We are recording, so you should be able to see. Yeah, if any other question anybody has, we can take it up. Dhriti is saying, yeah, I can type it for you. Mona, you said red?
Redstone, Redstone Organic Farm. Yeah. Should I go on chat and do it?
Yeah, I think I have typed. Just check if the spellings are.
Yes, but I have Redstone Organic Farm. I've got an email address.
Can you type it? People wants to connect with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, so there are a couple of more organic farm which are also unschoolers. Some in Sirsi, that area, Bangalore side. If people are interested to and that's also so I think what Sumi was saying. So there are many more spaces where you can. Mona has also put up her WhatsApp. You can connect with her, and it would be interesting to connect with people and then listen to their stories and then see how did they moved ahead. Vinita is there. She was here with us last week, last week, and sharing her story of unschooling her. Both the boys are unschooled till the age of 10th and then moved ahead college, and they took gap year and now doing different things. So there are lots of stories to share. Mona is saying it's between Panchgani and Mahabaleshwar and in Maharashtra. So yeah, I'm so happy we could listen to Sumi and Mona both. Both of you were in our mind to bring it for this webinar, but it just happened to be today without much preparation about it. And thanks a lot, Mona and Sumi, coming on mic and sharing without any preparation. And I'm sure many of us got a lot of insights, especially that how different way of unschooling, how different way of trust. How does the trust matters what we are doing with our children, and how does these spontaneous learning has huge learning, what Mona and Sumi both were sharing. So thanks a lot. Mona, Sumi, would you like to just share the last word before we close, or maybe the not last word, closing thought, if you want to just share with all the people who are listening, and then we can close.
Yeah, Mona, you can first.
Well, what I want to share that, to me, I went to a convent school and I was a rebel right from the beginning. But later, when I came to yoga and I discovered holistic Patanjali's yoga, not Baba Ramdev. Baba Ramdev also talks about Patanjali, but generally holistic yoga and karma yoga. It completely changed things in my life. And what work I did in my school was guided by that, not yoga, which is just to do with bodybuilding and physical and showmanship. It was a whole way of life. And that is a science we have, and which I'm a Parsi. And I was shocked that all my life, in my young days, I had not even encountered it. And when I found and discovered it, it made a big difference to me. So this is something which was very precious, and I'd like to share it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mona. Yeah. Sumi, you want to share?
Yeah, what I would like to say is about relationships, because I have since years India is in Mahabharat also, and we can see that how relationships were there. So when people used to ask me about my relationship with my husband, with people and all, I used to say, okay, have trust in the universe. Have trust in the universe. Everything will happen by its way. So first thing what I'll say is to explore different places and make relationships in a positive way, so that universe is always there with you to help you everywhere. So for me, my family, my world is a family. World is a family, not my just 6 people or 10 people. For me, world is a family.
Beautiful.
I have got lots of people there to
support
be with me.
And
there's lots of people, and I'm very happy with that.
Thank you everyone for listening and being there with us. You all came here to listen to Vidhi. We would be having one more session. Means every Saturday we have, and some or other stories are there. So we should connect back once the medical emergency in Vidhi's house is sorted out. So thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks, Aditi.
Thank you. Yeah. Mona Maitri sharing adventure living you are in.
Bye, Mona.
Thank you, Vinita, for joining. Yeah, you joined late. Yeah, I'll share the recording with you. Yes, definitely.
Yeah. I'm trying to share the recording here. I'm not sure if I'll able to share it. Otherwise, Aditi, I'll share it with you.
Definitely.
And you can
yeah, try sharing here. Still the meeting is on. If people want.
Okay. I'll do that. I'll just.
I think that will be there in Grandma's University Shikshanta's website.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll check it there. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I shall do that.